don't go in.
Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Literally got rocked. Like, just come and look at these feet. What? You know, that cartoon Wreck-It Ralph. Big massive rocks. Big rocks for feet.
It's hard. You can't put it all the way through.
Yeah.
You gotta
Tell you, it's sort of like
777.
strict in the power. If he goes straight through, he's going to break his foot in the machine.
I'm gonna try and do it just from standing still. Let's see what happens.
We are heading closer to the May 23rd clash, dubbed Glory in Giza, between Rico Verhoeven and Oleksandr Usyk. These are two undisputed heavyweight champions from different sports and backgrounds coming together for a massive crossover boxing match that could possibly be a spectacle in a boxing calendar filled with some of the most epic fights. We're still in the first half of 2026, and we've already seen some amazing performances, and this matchup could be one of those fights where one man could cause an upset against a boxing legend who has achieved everything in the sport. Yes, we're talking about Rico Verhoeven, and before you completely write off this kickboxing heavyweight icon, don't forget that this man is no ordinary fighter. He chose this fight because he wants to prove that there's no word such as impossible in his dictionary.
Hey, hey, yeah, hey, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Speakers booming in the back, baby. No coming for them stacks.
Rico Verhoeven is no ordinary fighter. He might not be at Usyk's level when it comes to his experience in the boxing ring, but ruling him off completely is a massive mistake. Fans aren't pleased that Usyk is fighting in a crossover fight next, instead of fighting the other heavyweight boxers who are hungry to grab onto his belts. However, this fight on May 23rd could be an interesting one to watch. If you've watched the fight promotions and press conferences and the build up to this fight, you may have noticed how confident Rico Verhoeven is. That's because he's a fighter who has sparred some of the biggest heavyweight boxers in the sport, namely Tyson Fury. Rico has also been in contact with boxing legends such as Mike Tyson, who have inspired and motivated him over the years.
Brother, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Been putting in the work. So last I had a tournament, he was in there as well. So I was in the final with him. Then in the second round, he surprised me with a spinning back fist, like right to the chin. I was like, oh my God, my face was on the canvas. I'm like, oh my God, I was like wobbling.
I gotta see the film.
Boom.
Oh, powerful. He doesn't look that powerful.
No, but yeah, it's the spinning. So you're like, oh, 6, 7, you ready? Okay, here we go again. There he goes. Wobble the kick.
Wow, young tiger.
Rico Verhoeven is excited and grateful for the opportunity to face a legend like Oleksandr Usyk. During the latest press conference for the fight, he acknowledged that while some may call him crazy for taking on such a dominant champion, he believes that achieving perfection in any discipline requires a level of obsessive passion.
From you so far since the fight has been announced, Eddie Hearn says you're crazy. I just wonder, in your mind, what does all this mean to you, Rico? A man who's mastered his kickboxing craft to be sharing the boxing ring with Oleksandr Usyk with an opportunity for yourself, let's not forget, to become world heavyweight champion. Just tell us what this all means to you, Rico, and why.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, all smiles, because what an opportunity we have to upset the world and write history. And exactly what Eddie said. Are you crazy? I think to be the very best at what you're doing, you have to be a little bit crazy. And I think that's not just me. I think that's in every vertical and every discipline. You do something, you have to be a little bit crazy and obsessed with what you're doing. And that's what I am. What I do to the point perfect. I do to perfection. In my vision, I love it. I enjoy it. I do it with so much passion. And I'm crazy excited to be here. Yeah, super thankful for the opportunity that Oleksandr Usyk is giving me. Like he said, he's doing something that he wants to do now, and he was open to the fight. He was excited about the fight because it's something new, it's something different. We're bringing new eyeballs to combat sports in general. We're colliding two worlds together, kickboxing and boxing, to make the sport of combat even bigger. So, like I said, super thankful. For a lot of people that do not know, Jason Statham is one of the people that initiated this opportunity. So super thankful to him, and of course also His Excellency, because they were talking about it and he said, let's do it. And then first we got the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua because of the tragic accident that got derailed. And then this opportunity came across. So super happy and thankful to be here.
Legendary trainer Peter Fury has been training Verhoeven for over a decade, and he had some interesting thoughts on the fight. While acknowledging Usyk as a legend, he didn't put down Verhoeven's chances in this matchup. He discussed the transition in training Rico, noting that they have moved from boxing for kickboxing to boxing for boxing, which requires significant tactical adjustments. While acknowledging Usyk's cleverness and experience, Fury believes Rico's unorthodox style will present unique challenges that the public might underestimate. He emphasizes that both fighters are preparing meticulously, ensuring a highly competitive and interesting fight in the spectacular location.
ग्लोरी और गीज़ा, रिको, हम कैसा महसूस कर रहे हैं?
अच्छा महसूस कर रहे हैं हम। जानते हैं इसका हिस्सा बन के अच्छा लगा, यहाँ आकर खुशी हुई और यूसुफ के साथ सामने कोने में होना सम्मान की बात है। आप जानते हैं शानदार इंसान तो प्लस आप क्या कह सकते हैं, आप जानते हैं ये एक शानदार फाइट ही है, एक और शानदार आप जानते हैं, तो इसका हिस्सा बनकर खुश हूँ। और जैसा कि रिको ने सही कहा, आप जानते हैं, हाँ सबसे अच्छा आदमी जीत सकता है और कोई भी जीते कोई भी बुरा नहीं मानेगा, आप जानते हैं। तो मैं उस बारे में नहीं सोचता, मैं इसका बहुत सम्मान करता हूँ। मुझे लगता है कि वह वास्तव में बहुत विनम्र व्यक्ति है, धन्य भगवान का आदमी। मुझे लगता है कि वो एक महान हैवीवेट विश्व चैम्पियन है।
यहाँ पाकर खुशी हुई।
सुनो, ईमानदारी से कहूँ तो उसके बारे में जितना भी बोलो, वो एक बेहतरीन इंसान है। और जैसा कि मैंने कहा, यहाँ आकर मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा और मेरा काम अपने फाइटर को सबसे बेहतर शेप में लाना है और उसे इसकी ज़रूरत है, यकीन मानिए।
तो आपने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा था कि आप लंबे समय से उनके साथ बॉक्सिंग और किक बॉक्सिंग पर काम कर रहे हैं। अब इसमें क्या बदलाव?
हाँ बिल्कुल आया, लेकिन क्योंकि हम उन्हें किक के लिए ट्रेनिंग दे रहे थे, मैं उन्हें किक बॉक्सिंग की ट्रेनिंग दे रहा था। अब वो बॉक्सिंग के लिए बॉक्सिंग कर रहे हैं। अब वो तो जाहिर सी बात है कि बहुत सारे अंतर हैं, लेकिन हाँ वो खुद को कैसे डालते हैं और बाकी सब कुछ। और हाँ वो किसी ऐसे शख्स से मुकाबला कर रहे हैं जो बहुत ही होशियार है, लेकिन रिको भी ऐसा ही है। तो ये बहुत ही दिलचस्प मुकाबला है।
मुझे लगता है कि जो चीज़ इसे दिलचस्प बनाती है वो ये है कि बॉक्सिंग में उसकी बहुत होशियार है, लेकिन हो सकता है कि रिको कुछ ऐसा लेकर आए जो उसने पहले कभी नहीं किया।
और मुझे लगता है कि वो ऐसा करेंगे। मुझे लगता है कि वो बहुत ही अपरंपरागत है और वो बहुत ही वो है, उन्हें बहुत से लोग कम आंकेंगे, लेकिन वो ओलेक्जेंडर उन्हें कम नहीं आंकेंगे, मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ। और वो क्योंकि वो अपना काम जानते हैं, वो अपने खेल को अंदर और बाहर से अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं, इसलिए वो सबसे अच्छे डिक्स के साथ सबसे अच्छे रिको के लिए ट्रेनिंग करेंगे। इसलिए वो पूरी तरह से तैयार रहेंगे और रिको भी तैयार रहेंगे। तो ये एक शानदार और होने वाली शानदार फाइट है।
शानदार जगह। तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि हर कोई ऊंट पर सवार होकर आएगा या रात में कुछ अजीब होने वाला है। आपको इस तरह की घटनाओं का कभी अंदाजा नहीं होता। पीटर, आपके समय के लिए बहुत
आपका स्वागत है।
Rico Verhoeven is prepared and focused on the task ahead of him. He indeed has a mountain to climb when he takes on Usyk. However, the biggest obstacle he has to overcome now is proving to the world that he's a worthy opponent. Not many seem to be giving him a chance. Meanwhile, others have been heavily criticizing the matchup.
Another edition of WBC Clown College shithousery. Rico Verhoeven, the WBC kickboxing champion, fighting Oleksandr Usyk. Paul, what the is that about?
Boxing doesn't sort of fail to surprise me nowadays, and it's probably always been the case. It's one of them things where people are complaining about the fact that he's fighting for the WBC title. I totally agree. I don't think he should be for any belt. Obviously, he's had literally, been a kickboxer for a long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Oleksandr Usyk when there's a queue so big. And
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably earned the right to have an easier one after what he's done, and I do agree with that also. But I think just have that easy one and leave the belts out. But you know what the sanctioning bodies are like. There's a few percent to be had there from purses in there, so there's always going to be some form of belt.
Wade Plemons also voiced his disappointment with the belts being on the line, calling this matchup a circus. His main grievance is that the WBC is allowing Usyk to put his championship belt on the line against an opponent with almost no professional boxing experience. Wade argues this disrespects legitimate contenders and boxing fans alike. While he acknowledges the financial appeal and the unique venue at the Pyramids of Giza, he views the matchup as a fat paycheck for Usyk. He notes that while Verhoeven has a massive size advantage, Usyk is a superior technical operator who has consistently defeated much larger heavyweights. He concludes that unless a miracle occurs, Usyk will likely provide an easy masterclass, wasting months of the sport's time on a non-competitive title defense.
Why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that really irks me. It's not that, it kind of is that Usyk is just doing this, like, whatever, okay, Usyk can go and do exhibition fights. Sure, fine with me, as long as you're not putting the title up, and really, you should probably vacate the title if you're not going to defend it. But then when you include the title, and you include it's a professional boxing match that the title is on the line for, I've said so much about how dumb the sanctioning bodies are, but Mauricio Sulaiman's really outdone himself here. Making this for the WBC title spits in the faces of not just contenders, it spits in the faces of boxing fans, because now you're expecting us to believe that these are the two best heavyweights on the planet in boxing, and we know they're not. We all call bullshit. This fight isn't even remotely interesting in terms of what we're doing it for. Are we really doing it because it's a fun thing to see Oleksandr Usyk fight Rico Verhoeven? No. We're doing it because Usyk wants a little time to do something else, make a fat paycheck, and they're going to do it at the bottom of the Pyramids of Giza. That's why we're doing it, so we can show off that we can put fights at the Pyramids of Giza. Did we not learn our lesson in Times Square? How much of a fucking shit show that was? You'll still do a watch party? I'll watch it. Listen, I don't have to think that McDonald's makes the best food in the world, but if I'm hungry, I might eat it. It's not 5-star cuisine, but it's edible. You're not talking to the guy that discounts circus fights. You want to have one, whatever. But it's like, would I rather watch this or Usyk versus Kabiel? I'd rather watch Usyk versus Kabiel. Would I rather watch this or Rico Verhoeven versus Francis Ngannou in MMA? I'd rather watch Rico and Francis in MMA. So,
And while most analysts and experts have expressed their frustration with the matchup itself, Oleksandr Usyk has also been at the receiving end of some heavy criticism. Young boxing sensation Moses Itauma didn't slam Usyk directly, but believes the Ukrainian great is scared to face him and refuses a potential fight because he's afraid of losing his undefeated streak. He also claims that Usyk is abusing his power by not fighting the big names. It looks like Itauma is eager to fight Usyk, but doesn't want to call him out directly.
Payne, what does an ideal year look like for you?
Two or three fights this year. 2-3 fights. Hopefully pick up a world title by the end of the year. I know I've been saying it for some time, but obviously Usyk's got the belts and he's abusing his power a little bit, so we just kind of got to wait around. I feel like my career's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely you're moving in the right direction. And speaking of Usyk, he appeared on this very show recently, talked about the final stretch of his career, named some potential opponents, and he didn't name you, as you already know, but when we got to you, he said he's a big fan of your game, but that you're not ready yet, and he doesn't want to, quote-unquote, break you. What do you say to that?
What do you think?
I mean, look, I think it's the best fight we can see at heavyweight. I want to see it.
I want to see it as well. So, I mean, I want to be part of it. Listen, like I said, the Usyk's he's at the top of the game, and I guess he's abusing his power. So, I mean, he's earned the right to, I guess, do whatever he wants. But obviously, some people are going to say it's too early. But, I mean, a lot of people said that against Dillian Whyte. But I feel like in this boxing game, there's always going to be people saying something, and obviously Usyk had to say something to you guys, and he's not exactly going to come on a camera and say, nah, I don't want to potentially put my career at risk because of a 21-year-old that's coming through the ranks. So obviously he has to say something, but I don't think that people believed it, and if they did, then I guess that's their opinion, innit?
Yeah, fair play, right? We've heard about.
Amid all the criticism for this fight, a new contender for Usyk has emerged. David Benavidez just destroyed Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez in the latest Cinco de Mayo weekend clash, and there have been constant talks about a fight with the Mexican monster next. Usyk is nearly 40, and so now is the right time to make this fight. Robert Garcia recently touched on the topic and without hesitation predicted the Mexican monster to destroy Usyk and become a world heavyweight champion. Of course, this potential matchup is a just far-fetched what-if scenario. It's unlikely that Usyk will risk it and rush into this fight, but experts like Robert Garcia think it could be exciting. Garcia also made a shocking decision and removed Usyk from his pound-for-pound rankings because he's fighting a kickboxer next. He boldly put Naoya Inoue at the top of the rankings.
Let's talk about the main event, Benavidez and Zurdo. What do you think? What did you think before?
That's why they call him a monster, man. That fucker is going to be champion at fucking heavyweight.
Okay, let's talk about that. Him against Usyk, what do you think?
Give him a couple more fights at cruiser, and him give him. I don't know how much more Usyk's gonna fight.
I agree.
But give me 2 more fights, 2 or 3 more fights.
Let him be undisputed at cruiserweight. Pick up 2 more belts there.
2 more fights. And then go to heavyweight and fucking Benavidez beats Usyk.
What about Benavidez and Moses Itauma?
Who?
Moses, the new kid.
He's 20. That fucker's 20, 21.
Good time to catch him early.
No, that motherfucker's dangerous.
But you got...
Usyk is what, 7, 38?
Yeah, 37, 38.
So 2 more years. I think Benavidez
beats him. Benavidez beats Usyk?
2 more years. Usyk is... Pero ya tiene 39 años, güey.
No, but let me tell you something.
Estoy diciendo 2 años más.
Not only that, listen, when fighters start fighting kickboxers and the McGregors, that means they're...
doing that shit? Why is he doing that
That
shit?
means their career's
exactly.
over.
He shouldn't be doing that. That's why now Inoue is pound for pound, to me, #1. Because Usyk is doing something that I don't respect. As a pound for pound #1 guy, I always said he was #1. But he shouldn't be fighting those type of guys. It's all right to do that, but not... Okay, then...
That's the end of the career, yeah.
Pound for pound #1.
The Mexican monster himself talked about the rumors of him fighting Usyk. Giving Usyk his props, David Benavidez revealed that he's not looking at Usyk or the heavyweight division for the next 5 years. While he didn't deny that it's a great matchup, it's clear that this fight looks impossible for the time being at least.
Usyk is all-time great. He's probably one of the greatest fighters of the century. You know, that's not a fight I could take lightly. The question is not if I can compete at heavyweight, is that do I want to? Right now, I really cruiserweight, light heavyweight, cruiserweight, probably for the next 5 years. I'm not even thinking about heavyweight. Maybe I'm sure I could fight a heavyweight fight, but right now, until maybe 5 years, I'm not thinking about that.
If Usyk were to do 200, would you fight him?
You guys are giving me a lot of names right now, bro.
Take it easy.
I think Usyk, if anybody deserves more respect than anybody's Usyk. You know, that's not a fight I could take lightly. I would have to fight a couple fights at cruiserweight, feel good there, and then just be at my optimal, the maximum capabilities of myself, because, you know, Usyk is all-time great. He's probably one of the greatest fighters of the century. You know what I mean? So, Usyk not right now.
The boxing world is a bit too harsh with Usyk for fighting Verhoeven. Nevertheless, this fight is happening, and Usyk is probably going to return to fighting for the belts at heavyweight. But we'd love to hear from you. Do you want to see Usyk take on the young heavyweights like Moses Itauma and Agit Kabayel? Or should he risk it all and fight David Benavidez next? Let me know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.